Petomena, the incident involving the killing of people, the killing of people within the taxi violence situation that was happening in KZN.
Yes. And specifically in your case, we've got your delegation at page 1A, 151. Just to confirm the point you've just been making. 151, yes.
Chairperson, it is GSM 4.
Yes.
It is a delegation issued by Advocate Nomgobo Chiba, who was then the acting National Director of Public Prosecutions at the time, who in terms of Section 20, read 21, 22, and 24 of the National Prosecuting Act, authorized Sello Gladstone Maema, who's myself, to exercise powers set out in Section 21. So in Section 21, it is prosecution powers. In the lower court and in the high courts, within the area of jurisdiction of KwaZulu-Natal division. Now it mentions, if it didn't have this section, I would have queried it. In all offenses committed by members of the South African Police Service in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and to act on behalf of the state in any appeal, any review, or other applications arising from such criminal proceedings within the province of KwaZulu-Natal, subject to the prosecution policy of the NPA and any direction of the National Director.
Yes.
So here, in addition to the power that I have in terms of Section 24A, in terms of Section 21, I'm authorized by the acting National Director to go to KZN and look at what is happening in relation to all offenses committed by members of the South African Police in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So it is specific. I can't go there and deal with offenses relating to any other things except those ones specified in the delegation.
Yes, I mean, is that why then you say you took all of the decisions and you asked Advocate Chauke to be your conveyor belt?
To convey them.
Yes.
So Advocate Matenjwa, who was in the same capacity as myself as a Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, also had a delegation worded similarly to this one.
Yes, well, we've got it here at the following page.
Oh, yes.
1A, 152.
Yes. Chairperson,
If I may, before you proceed, the delegation, GSM 4, is in terms of Section 25 of the NPA Act. Am I correct?
you are
Among other provisions.
amongst other provisions.
provisions.
You are correct,
So
Chairperson.
you'd have to read them together.
We have to read them together, yes. Yes.
And of course, 20 sub 5 does not specify whether the person delegated with the powers would then be acting outside of his or her jurisdiction.
Outside the area of
Yes.
jurisdiction to which he has been appointed.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Chairperson, you're very right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. All right, we've covered then the import of 30, 31, and 32. And then there is also the code of conduct that you've referred to at 33, 34, and 35. And to some extent 36. Do you want to just cover that?
Well,
that has got to do now with the regulation of the decision making by prosecutors.
of course, yes. Now, that exercise of a prosecution discretion in terms of section 32(1)(a), I'm at paragraph 31, will have to be exercised impartially. Prosecutors have to carry out and perform their duties and functions in good faith, but importantly, without favor, fear, or prejudice, and most importantly, subject to the Constitution and the law. So a prosecutor exercises his discretion in terms of the law. So when it means in terms of the law, it means I can't do it in a vacuum. I must have a docket that has allegations that are under oath, which allegations I am of the view that amount to a prima facie case before I can prosecute, before I can take a decision to prosecute.
Let us assume, and I take into consideration your very clear answer that Advocate Chauke did not make any prosecutorial decision. But evidence has been tendered here that he made certain prosecutorial decisions. Let us assume that they are correct, or Advocate Batoy is correct, that he did make certain prosecutorial decisions. Shouldn't we then be taken to the provisions of the Constitution, read with the Act, to identify in what respect precisely did he deviate from the provisions of the Constitution and the law?
Indeed, Chairperson, I think I submit you are very correct, Chairperson. If any allegation is made that he performed any function contrary to the law, then that section has to be referred to. But insofar as the Ketomena matter was concerned, I was the lead prosecutor. I and my team took all the decisions relating to the Ketomena. And all we did was, because of the protocol in the NPA, of not being able to communicate directly to the national director, he exercised a coordinating role of ensuring that whatever that we decide is communicated correctly to the national director. And this would happen by means of briefings that we do to him and reports that we will write to him. So until when Mr. Ngasana directed that he should not be party, he should not partake because he is appointed only in South Gauteng. Before then, being prosecutors who are based, or being a team that was functioning from his office, we saw no other person to communicate the decisions that we have taken, to communicate prosecution decisions that we have taken to the national director. We used the director of prosecutions, who was close by to us.
Thank you, Advocate Nkabinde.
Thank you. You know, what I hadn't noticed until recently was that your delegation also included litigation. So if there's a case that comes to challenge the decisions, you actually had the mandate to defend it.
Indeed,
Yes.
Chairperson, we did. It's specific in the delegation that if there is any review or any appeal, we are mandated to deal with it.
And you know now, Mr. Chauke is now charged, among others, for supporting the opposition, the institution, well, firstly the opposition to the review and the institution of the appeal.
Which is very upset when the NPA knows who made those decisions. It's no secret. The prosecution team, Mahema and his prosecution team, made those decisions. And when the government judgment came out,
The judge governed judgment.
my apologies, Councillor. Judge,
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
thank you, Councillor. When when the Judge Govan judgment came out, we had a meeting, we had a briefing session with the counsel who dealt with the matter, Advocate Lawrence Howdes SC, and we registered our dissatisfaction with him, and we informed Advocate Chauke, our coordinator, who was conveying all our decisions to the national director. We informed him that we formed a view that we should appeal this decision because we don't agree with it.
Not only appealing, but opposing the review application also, I suppose.
Initially, Chairperson, we considered appealing it. But if you go through the decision of Judge Govan, you will see that
You're not answering the right question.
okay.
The judge is asking the decisions that the prosecution team took did not only include appealing, but also included opposing initially.
Of course, yes.
Ab initio, opposing the review.
Yes,
That's
you
what-
are very right, yes.
Well, that's what the judge was asking you, not me.
Yes,
Just
thank you,
answer that
Counsel.
question.
Thank you, Counsel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. We also had the authority to oppose any application that would have been launched in challenging any decisions that we had taken.
But as a fact, who took the decision to oppose the application by Mr. Boysen?
The prosecution team took that decision. Myself and the prosecution team took that decision to oppose it.
Yes.
And at no stage was Advocate Chauke part of the decision. What we did was we communicated our decision to him to communicate it to the national director.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. We've finished
And
the.
that what is supposed to be obvious, the respondents. Who were the respondents in that matter, by the way?
The respondent was the acting national director, because what happened was Advocate Lawrence SC, who was Advocate Lawrence Howdes SC, who was appointed to deal with the matter, then dealt with an affidavit in the name of the acting national director, Advocate Jiba, and as the prosecution team, we were kept in the dark. We did not see that affidavit until it was filed.
The appeal in the SCA. The NPA was the appellant, correct?
Correct,
No.
Chairperson.
And we are told that Advocate Chauke deposed to an affidavit on behalf of Advocate Jiba, insofar as that appeal is concerned. I'm not sure whether I'm mixing the facts. This is subject to correction. But even so, does the mere fact of deposing to an affidavit or drafting an affidavit on behalf of the head of the NPA in and of itself mean that he was instituting an appeal himself, Advocate Chauke?
No, Chairperson, not at all. Because it was our view ab initio that that decision of Govan J should be appealed against. And Chairperson, maybe if I should mention that when Advocate Ngasana was appointed later, and the appeal was pending, he gave us instructions to not to appeal that decision. Says, if you look at paragraph 39 of Honorable Govan J judgment, it says, if there is sufficient evidence emerges, or if the state procures sufficient evidence, nothing prevents them from approaching the national director afresh to procure fresh racketeering authorizations. And that was a decision that we took. Instead of appealing, when we were told that not in my name will you appeal, we said, well, the judgment allows us to go back to the drawing board and to secure evidence justifying the issuing of racketeering authorizations. And that decision was taken by the prosecution team with the exclusion of Advocate Chauke.
Yes. Thank you.
Councillor, I interrupted you because you are talking about their delegated powers, among others, to litigate.
Yeah.
That's where.
Yes. So, I was going to show you that specific paragraph. So if you go back to 1A stroke 151,
Say again, Councillor?
if you go back to 1A stroke 151 at GSM 4,
I'm there, Councillor.
so if you look at the last paragraph, among the terms of your delegation, so you are given the delegation to exercise powers under Section 20 of the Act, but the more important one for the purposes of the review and the appeal is the last delegation. Can you confirm what that delegation says?
Indeed, Chairperson. It says, and to act on behalf of the state in any appeal, review, or other applications arising from such criminal proceedings within the province of KwaZulu-Natal, subject to the prosecution policy of the NPA and any other directive of the National Director.
Yes. So the actual powers to oppose the application fell with you, who holds a position even below that of Advocate Chauke.
Indeed, Chairperson.
And the same, if you go to the second authorization of Advocate Matenjo, which is a page later, 1A152, he also has delegated powers to oppose review proceedings and to institute appeals.
Indeed, Chairperson.
And that is then confirmed. Who was Marty van Wyk? The name that appears at 1A153. Sorry, I think that seems to have
the
been...
next page.
Yes, the following page, yes. That seems to be a PA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Marty van Wyk was the PA to the DPP of the Northwest.
Yes.
We are now at GSM 5.
GSM 5.
GSM5.
Yes, sorry, yes.
She acted at both the PA of the DPP as well as the PA of the chief prosecutor.
Yes. But the point there, if you look at the content of that email, is Mr. Smith is telling Advocate Jiba the following: I am informed by Advocate Mayema that you have decided that he must be part of the team that will handle the Cato Mano case in KZN. Okay. He is not very clear as to what his role should be, and has indicated to me that he would only be required to attend the initial planning sessions to help in putting together a plan of action and help in ensuring that all the agencies appreciate and understand their role in the operation, provide guidance and advice from time to time regarding the investigation and prosecution. He would not be required to read the dockets and prepare the indictment and to do the prosecution. All his traveling and accommodation would not be carried by my office. In order for us to clearly understand his working relationship with the rest of the team and to understand what he would be required of him and indirectly of me as the head office, kindly confirm or correct our above-mentioned perceptions so that we at least could have some kind of MOU. It looks like at the beginning it was presented in a very vague way because at a later stage, in fact, you played more than what was initially described.
In fact, at the beginning, because Advocate Matenjo is a deputy, I am a deputy. That was my understanding of what my role would be. But when there is a letter that was written by Jackie Lipinga, because I wanted to find out exactly what my role would be, because I thought Advocate Matenjo and I are on the same level. I mean, until I was told that you are the lead prosecutor,
Yes.
and you will do prosecution. You'll do everything what is contained in your delegation, and not the things that are in GSM where is that email of Advocate Smith?
Can you look at 1A/150
150.
GSM 3?
Yes. This GSM 3 was a communication from
I mean, you said it was written by Jackie De Pinka.
yes, from
That's
the
what
office of the national director,
Yes.
because I had communicated my uncertainty with the role that I'm expected to be playing. When then I was told in no uncertain terms that my role will be determined by the events as the matter progress.
Yes.
This matter is a national project, and therefore the cooperation from all the relevant identified officials is important and should not be hampered, as it will have an impact on the said matter. Because at the initial beginning, I thought I would be able to continue with the matters that I was dealing with in the Northwest, and I will not be expected to deal with the prosecution decisions of those matters if they were to arise. But we were informed to the contrary, that no, you will exercise powers that are in section 24B, which is, dealing with those matters. If it's prosecution, you prosecute. If it's an appeal, you deal with it, which means your full prosecution might. You go and exercise it in KZN.
Yes. Yes, I mean, I suppose unlike an ordinary prosecutor, here you've got something more substantive, because they're saying, if these people challenge this, oppose it. Don't come to me asking for permission.
Yes.
You've got the power.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, what we did was, just as when we prosecute now, a prosecutor is expected, can be questioned, his authority to prosecute can be questioned at any time. So I'm expected to have my prosecution delegation and to show it to anyone who wants to see it, be it a member of the public. My authority to prosecute, when it's questioned, I should be able to show any person what my authority is.
Madam Chair, we finished the index, which hopefully would be useful in referring to the annexures. It contains the GSM reference and the page number. So perhaps those could be handed out.
Yes, Councillor, thank you.
Does the witness have? Mr. Maima, do you have the index?
I do have a
Oh,
copy.
sorry.
Councillor.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was waiting for you. Sorry. Okay.
My apologies.
No, that's fine. I didn't really comment.
Suppose this list will add up to the exhibit list that is now being prepared by Advocate Lekgeto.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Your team or your juniors will work with her to make sure that there is a continuation from this list of annexures.
Yes, Madam Chair. Thank you. Mr. Ramokhal is in court and is listening. All right. So now can we move on to Kato Mano now? I think we've done enough scene setting. Okay.
Indeed.
From
Chairperson
part
Hare.
B here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So take us through then paragraph 38 and 39 and 30 and 40. We'll deal with Colonel Ayer, but there you describe the command structure of the Cato Mano unit, the so-called Cato Mano unit.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Chairperson, insofar as Ketomena is involved, we considered we looked at a number of case dockets of incidents which occurred during the period 2006 to 2007 involving the Ketomena Serious Violence Crime Unit, which was headed by General Johan Boysen, who was then holding the rank of a brigadier. And he served as a director of that unit. Although the formal designation of the unit changed from time to time, for operational purposes, functional purposes, it remained essentially the same entity. And I'm saying this, Chairperson, because in 2006, in 2010, the concept of organized crime was introduced, where there was a specific focus now on organized crime. And what happened then from 2007 to 2010 was that Ketomena SVC, Serious Violent Crime, became part of this new established organized crime unit. This organized crime unit was introduced in all the provinces. In the Northwest, in Gauteng, all the provinces had organized crime units. And they had heads they had provincial heads of those organized crime. In KZN, the General Johan Boysen became the provincial head of organized crime. In the Northwest, General Mabula became the provincial head of organized crime.
Yes. And then in paragraph 40, you refer to the command structure, which is annexed as GSM 1A to 140.
Chairperson, if you look at GSM 1, if I can have a look at it. Chairperson, if you look right in the center of GSM 1,
1A to 140.
on GSM 1, right at the center there. Or let's say it headed provincial organized crime organogram in KZN. Now, the provincial commander there on top would be General Johan Boysen.
Advocate Toby, I can hardly see, irrespective of my double lens.
Madam
Can
Chair,
hardly see what is
yes.
here.
Yes.
Chairperson, I can see
perhaps
it because I worked on a copy that was more legible than that.
No, I think perhaps what we should do is to try and find a more readable
More-
copy, because I can see, but there are some parts that I also can't see.
Well, I can see all the parts. Provincial commander, organized crime, KZN. Because I have worked on this matter. I have seen this document being.
Yes, we are not quibbling with that,
Yeah.
Advocate Maema. We need to have documents, because when we present this report to the president, you won't be there to explain to him. So we must have legible copies, at least,
Indeed, Chairperson.
or this document can be re-prepared. I don't know. Can you just get a clearer copy? Is it possible to get a clearer copies or read it into the record? If
Yes.
you can read everything here, from Provincial Commander Organized Crime KZN and read what is below that. I see Boyson's there.
All right.
Maybe for now,
Maybe you can take him through the document.
yes, I think for now, then let's try and do it the hard way. We will try and find a better copy at a later stage. All right. What is this document we're looking at GSM-1?
GSM-1 is a provincial organogram of organized crime in KZN.
Yes, all right. And then do you know its origins, where it was produced?
It's a document that we obtained that was in the command structures in KZN.
But it was produced from the SAPS itself?
From the SAPS itself, yes.
All right, okay. Now, in the middle top, it's written Provincial Commander Organized Crime KZN Director J.W. Boyson. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And what is that designation for?
What it tells us is that General Johan Boyson, when organized crime was introduced in 2010,
yes,
yeah, he then became the provincial commander of organized crime in KZN. That's it. The name that is not visible, the director J.W. Boyson, it's the portfolio that he's holding.
Yes, and then,
underneath him, straight with an arrow, you see.
Yes, there are two arrows. There's one arrow to the left. I suppose you can ignore that because it's for the secretary. That seems to be more of an admin role.
Indeed, Chairperson.
All right, and then there's a straight arrow, which is, let me just see, OCIUK, OCIU KwaZulu-Natal. Durban, Superintendent Aya, Peter Marisberg, Superintendent Latz, Richards Bay, Superintendent Mtembu, Port Shepstone, Superintendent Newswa, Asset Forfeiture, Superintendent Wakefield. Can you just explain what that is?
Chairperson, if one goes to page 11, paragraph 40 of my affidavit.
Yes, we are there.
This is the document that is referred to, the organogram of Provincial Organized Crime Unit. The Durban Organized Crime Unit fell under the now the Durban Organized Crime Unit would be if one looks at the what do you call this?
The square in the middle.
Square, yes. The square in the middle that has Director J.W. Boyson. There's an arrow directly underneath it.
Yes.
That says OCI KwaZulu-Natal. That is Organized Crime Investigative Units in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, in paragraph 40, I spelled them out. It was Provincial Organized Crime Unit in KZN. That's the last but one line, comprised of Durban. Now, when you look at this square, the first on top there is Durban.
Yes.
And then the next will be, in the organogram, it says PMB. In my statement, it says Peter Marisbeck. That was the second one. And then the third says Richards Bay, which I have mentioned it in the statement. Now, in the next line is Port Shepstone, and then lastly, Asset Forfeiture. So Durban was under the command of Senior Superintendent Aya. Peter Marisberg was under the command of Senior Superintendent Latz. Richards Bay was under the command of Superintendent Mtembu. And Port Shepstone was under the command of Superintendent Newswa. Newswa as in NWUSWA.
All right. Now, just before we move from there back to your statement, I mean, is there anything in the organogram that is crucial other than to show that Director Boyson was directly overseeing organized crime in Durban?
Counsel you 100%. All it says is that Director Boysen was in control of all those organized crime units in Durban, Pietermaritzburg, Richards Bay, Port Shepstone, and the asset forfeiture, which were headed by Durban, Sub-Aya, Pietermaritzburg, Sub-Lats, as I have noted in paragraph 40 of my statement.
And the arrow on the left and the right, for the current purposes, we can ignore them.
Yes, because on my left, it would be policy,
Yeah.
and on the right, it would be something else. But operationally and effectively, the unit is the one in the center.
Yes. Well, there are two that are two squares that are important. It's the top and the center.
The top and the center council.
All right. Thank you very much. Now we come back then to your paragraph 40. Is there anything you wish, because there's still the last sentence there that is crucial that you haven't touched upon?
Within each of these units were various sections. One such section, a small and tightly knit group officers stationed at Ketomena, which was referred to as a Ketomena SVC, Ketomena Serious Violent Crime.
So do you want to explain what that means?
Now, when organized crime was introduced in 2010, as I outlined in paragraph 39, the Ketomena Serious Violent Crime was introduced to deal with the serious organized crime in the province.
Yes.
So the unit that was dealing with organized crime was this Ketomena Serious Violent Crime ought to have been part of the Durban organized crime, which was under the command of Senior Superintendent Aya.
Yes.
Senior Superintendent Aya, who is mentioned in
Paragraph 41.
In paragraph 41, yes, just there. Yes.
Yes. All right. So the point is that there is the provincial organized crime.
Yes.
Under it, there is the Durban organized crime, which is led by Colonel Aya.
Colonel Aya, yes.
And then under Colonel Aya is...
You have section commanders.
And then who, according to your statement?
Now, those section commanders are Colonel Olivier.
Yes.
Now, Colonel Olivier Olivier
Yes.
is a person that I refer to. Chairperson, can I ask to refer to them when I refer to the indictments as accused 9, knowing full well that the matter has been withdrawn and they are not accused
Maybe
persons?
you can just deal step by step with what council is dealing with now. He's dealing with 41.
Yes.
He's trying to look at those people who were under the command of Colonel Aya.
The people who are under the command of Colonel Aya was Colonel Olivier, the section commander. Colonel Olivier was supposed to report to Colonel Aya.
Yes. All right. So what we know, at least from the structure you've depicted, is you've got Mr. Boysen at the top.
Yes.
And then you have Mr. Aya or Colonel Aya.
Yes.
And then you have Mr. Olivier, Lieutenant Colonel Olivier.
As the section commander.
In that chain of command.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. So then you mentioned, we can skip the rest of paragraph 41. I don't think it touches upon. We're still laying the structural foundation.
Yes.
At paragraph 42, you mentioned there that over time these sections changed, but that core group remained unchanged. Can you just explain that?
The core group, that means the core member of Ketomena SVC,
Yes.
it remained the same, despite the changes that were referred to. Remember, I referred to 2010 when organized crime was introduced. This member of Ketomena SVC, they literally just remain the same, which means in police terms, when you deal with serious violent crime, when I'm paired with Advocate Nkabinde, for example, he should be somebody that I have worked with, that I trust with my life, because serious violent crime is serious violence crime, and it can take your life. So when I'm paired with a particular individual, is an individual that I should be able to bet my life with. Should say, if an incident arises and my life will be at stake, he will cover for me. I'll do the same for him. Which means if you are in an instance of chairperson, say a bank robbery, and attackers fire at the police who are trying to arrest them, and Officer A works with Officer B. Officer B must be confident that Officer A will protect his life with his own life. Must be confident that I can bet my life on my partner.
Yes. I mean, for the purposes that we are dealing with, the continuity, despite the changes, includes two facets. One is that General Boysen was promoted to the province.
Yes.
That's the change.
Yes.
The second is that a new unit or a new provincial unit, organized crime, was created.
Indeed.
But that didn't affect the people that actually occupied the positions at Ketomana. Except, of course, Mr. Boysen had to be replaced, and we know he was replaced by Colonel Aya.
Indeed, Chairperson, what happened is, despite General Boysen being in the province now as a provincial commander, and Ketomena, which was part of organized crime in Durban, having to report under Superintendent Aya. Superintendent Aya was rendered redundant, and General Johan Boysen continued making Superintendent Aya redundant and leading the Durban organized crime, leading these members of the Ketomena SVC.
Yes. So that's the continuity you're talking about.
That's the continuity.
Thank you. Now, if we can then move to paragraph 43, because there you are distinguishing now the people that were de facto managers from those that were participants. We are beginning to do the foundation of the charge, but let's start with who you've identified there as holding managerial or command positions.
Now, for the purpose of poker,
Yes.
certain members of the Ketomena SVC occupied managerial or command positions within this group. I mentioned that Colonel Aya was rendered redundant. So General Boysen replaced him, although being in the province, but then he continued having a close relation with Colonel Olivier, Neville Eva, who has now passed, may his soul rest in peace, accused 15 Anton Lockham, and Eugene Van Tonder. So those were the people that were occupying the managerial positions within Ketomena SVC.
Yes. Now, we will deal with this later when we deal with the requirements of poker, but it might be a convenient time to just debunk one myth that has percolated the de Kock report, so-called, that you cannot just duplicate. That is what they say. I'm not saying they're correct. Duplicate the formal structure and say that constitutes management of the enterprise. how did you see it as the lead prosecutor?
Well, as a prosecution team, we saw General Johan Boysen, although he has to be as the provincial commander in the province and not in Durban organized crime or in serious violent crime. We saw him rendering AIA redundant and taking over what AIA is supposed to be doing. What is instead of the commanders reporting to AIA, they report to him. And the core managers then were Olivier, Lieutenant Colonel Olivier, Captain Eva, Captain Lockham, and Captain Van Donder. So all of them, instead of reporting to AIA, then they reported to General Boysen, as if General Boysen was the unit commander. So instead of being the provincial commander, he then doubles up as provincial commander and as unit commander, rendering AIA redundant.
Yes. So the accusation that all you did was just to take the formal structure and to substitute it for an enterprise. Is that?
No.
Yes.
What you did is we looked at the activities of the unit, what actually happened.
Yes.
And we saw that, for instance, when an incident happens, Lieutenant Colonel Olivier, Captain Eva, all the managers would then inform General Boysen instead of informing their unit head, who's supposed to be Colonel Aya. So incident will happen without Aya's knowledge, but with the full knowledge of General Boysen, full knowledge and support of General Boysen.
Yes. So in sum, you regarded them as de facto in management of the enterprise.
We consider them as a de facto managers of the enterprise.
And then the balance were then participants.
The balance were then participants in terms of Section 21F.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, in the following page, at paragraph 44, you give the context to these events, and you start with the taxi conflict between Stenger Taxi Association and KwaMaphumulo Taxi Association. Can you just outline that background?
Thank you, Chairperson. Superintendent Kongo was a member of the taxi violence task team in KZN. He investigated taxi violence killings in KZN. There was a continuous feud between the Stenger Taxi Association and the KwaMaphumulo Taxi Association that he was investigating. And then he would from time to time then transport those accused persons or take those dockets to court and take those accused persons to court together with his team. Now on the paragraph 45, on the 27th of August, Sub Kongo was taking
27th August 2008, just also announced it.
Oh yes, 27 August 2008, Superintendent Kongo was taking accused persons to court when an ambush happened. Superintendent Kongo was in a company of Inspector Kanyile, together with others. What happened there was there were roadblocks. The road was being refurbished. The result was that the vehicles, when they arrived, they had to slow down. Now, at that time where they slowed down was the time when shots were fired at the two vehicles that were transporting the accused persons to court. But from the members of the investigation team that saw the car in which Superintendent Kongo was traveling, the the concentration of the shots were fired at the vehicle in which he was traveling. That's why you see him then dying at the scene of the shooting. And Inspector Kanyile, who was in a different car with the accused persons, was injured but survived. So what happened then was Ketomena Serious Violence Crime Unit then followed up, analyzed the information that they procured from that scene, and followed up on the killing of Superintendent Kono. Chairperson, I must just mention that when this incident happened on 27 August, 2 other police officers had been killed. Superintendent Govenda had been killed, and Nkosi Zondi was killed.
Was
Was this in the same incident?
No. Different incident. What I'm saying is that Nkosi Zondi was killed. Nkosi Zondi was a member of Ketomena unit. Was killed in a separate incident. Sub Govenda was killed in a separate incident. But now,
look,
when
Nkosi Zondi was killed on the 22nd of January 2008, and Superintendent Konzo was killed on the 27th of August 2008.
yes,
Yeah, so there is at least about a year in between the killing. But let's just concentrate on the killing of Superintendent Konzo. That's where we are right now. We will come back to Nkosi Zondi.
now what happened then was when Sub Kongo was then shot at and killed, Ketomena SVC felt enough is enough. You cannot have men in blue killed in the manner that are being killed by thugs. Criminality is taking over. They felt they must follow information that they collected from the scene of Sub Kongo's killing. So, paragraph 46, following the shooting of Sub Kongo, members of Ketomena SVC then targeted individuals that they suspected of involvement in his killing. And then the pattern that emerged from there was anybody that they suspected of involvement was raided. And all of these incidents, we see them happening after the killing of Sub Kongo, which gave us the impression that Ketomena said, enough is enough. Criminals are not going to take over. We will deal with this criminality in KZN. And dealing with criminality in terms of the law means arresting them and bringing them before courts of law, for courts of law to determine their guilt or otherwise. But what we saw happening after the killing of Sub Kongo was Ketomena went on a rampage of raiding suspects or people that they suspected of involvement in taxi violence or in the killing of Sub Kongo, and killing all of them.
Could I just ask you on this point, this idea about the killing of Superintendent Kongo? The one view is that it was used as cover for the elimination of KwaMaphumulo members of the KwaMaphumulo Taxi Association. We've asked for this docket. We haven't seen it. The promise is that it will be made available so that we can actually see what happened in the investigation of Superintendent Kongo. From your point of view as the investigators, as the prosecutors in the team, I mean, were you given access to the docket of the murder of Superintendent Kongo?
Chairperson, we asked for this docket. It never came forth. We asked to speak to the investigators asked to see Inspector Kanyile, who had survived the ambush. We so far we haven't seen a statement that he had made. At the time that we were dealing with this matter, he was hospitalized, and a statement has never been obtained from Inspector Kanyile.
Yes. So it remained an open question as to whether the Cato Minor unit had any legitimate basis to connect anyone to the murder of Superintendent Kongo.
Indeed, Chairperson. In fact, Subkongo in KZN, the witnesses that we consulted with said he was a stray cop. He was dealing things in the right manner, taking accused persons to court. And there was a view at some stage that Cato Mena would have been jealous of the successes that he was having in Cato Mena, in dealing with, in quelling taxi violence in KZN.
Yes, well, there is a statement, but we'll deal with that, that actually says, in fact, even Cato Mano could have had a role in the elimination of Superintendent Kongo.
Indeed.
Madam Chair, without being seen to be intrusive, we will,
Please speak to that mic and speak loud.
yes, without interrupting Advocate Ngetobe's leading of evidence, but perhaps one should be reminded that he is leading the witness in chief. He's not cross-examining the witness, and therefore he should be testifying through the witness and not put the evidence to the witness for the witness to testify. If, for example, he wants to put a particular point, maybe he should draw the witness's attention to that point and let the witness tell us in his own words and not in Advocate Ngetobe's words as to what conclusions and what were the propositions. Because it's his witness, it's not the cross-examining the witness. If it was cross-examination, we would accept that, but it's his evidence, it's his witness, and the witness is in chief.
Are you suggesting that Advocate Ngetobe is coaching the witness?
He is leading the witness, he's leading the witness per se. Not that he's coaching the witness, but he's leading the witness. He should be asking the witness his questions and not put propositions to the witness for the witness to just confirm.
Advocate Ngetobe?
Now, my learned friend must point out to the question that he's objecting to. What is unacceptable is for him to make a generic statement. If he's got a question that I have asked that is leading, he must tell me what that question is.
For example, the latest question that he just asked about the murder of Kongo, that in fact the proposition is that the murder of Kongo was used as a cover-up by the Cato Mena squad to eliminate members of the Wamapumulo Taxi Association. The witness had not told us that. He's the one telling the witness, and the witness simply agrees with him. He should perhaps lead the witness, point the witness to that evidence and get the witness to tell us in his own words as to whether what was the witness's interpretation of that evidence. Remember, the witness is here to tell us that he's the one who studied the documents and it is the evidence that he considered. I'm sure whatever proposition that Advocate Ngetobe wants the witness to say, the witness can say it himself.
I thought, subject to correction, I thought Advocate Ngetobe was saying there are allegations that this was a cover, something to that effect. Did you understand him to say that?
But then the witness simply agrees with him. If there are allegations, if there's any evidence led, he should maybe draw the witness' attention to say, look, there's this evidence. What is your comment on that? Instead of saying, there is evidence that this is just a cover-up, and the witness says yes. The witness does not know what evidence is that.
If I may, do you know of anything that counters what he says as you are objecting?
we're not objecting to the evidence per se, but the manner in which the evidence is being sought to be extracted from the witness. That's what we're asking him to do. That if there's evidence that, for example, if there's a document in the bundle that seeks to support that proposition, let him go to that document and say, "This is the evidence. What is your comment on that?" Let the witness speak for himself.
Yes, Advocate Mtweni, sometimes the procedures under the inquiry, bearing in mind your role, this is not a criminal prosecution. Your role as evidence leaders is to assist us. I'm not sure as you object with a view to protect who or what?
No, Madam Chair, we're not seeking to protect. We're just saying that it's part of our role to make sure that the evidence comes out, not propositions from Advocate Ngetobe. If there's evidence that Advocate Ngetobe wants to point out, let him point out that evidence and not let him put conclusions to that witness. That is the premise from which we're asking him to do.
Now, the evidence that he was referring to, or allegations of a cover-up, that's where your uneasiness is?
Yes, because what we're asking is that if there's that evidence, let him show the witness here's a statement by a witness who says, or if there's going to be evidence later on, at least let him preface that to say, "I will take you to a statement that says this was the cover-up," so that the witness can at least be able to comment on that, on the basis of tangible evidence.
Yes.
We're not seeking to prevent any evidence from coming out, Madam Chair. We want that evidence to come out.
Advocate Ngetobe?
Madam Chair, with the greatest of respect, I mean, firstly, my learned friend is just wrong when he says that the witness confirmed. The witness didn't confirm. I said the allegations are that this was used as a cover for the killing of Superintendent Choncho. The person who gave that evidence is Advocate Noko. Everyone was here. Now, does he want me to go to the transcript and say this is where Advocate Noko says? This is a waste of everyone's time. There is a statement at page 1A/179, GSM 8, by Begingosi Mtiani Dlondlo. And you can go to page 1A/180, which says exactly what the witness has just said. This was a straightforward cop who didn't take favors, and the suspicion was that the reason he was killed, it was to eliminate him. Do you want to go through to that? Maybe that will simplify all of this. I am now at, so if you could, thank you, Madam Chair, if you could go to GSM 8 1A/179. So that's where the statement of Dlondlo starts. But he then discusses Congo specifically at 1A/180. Yes. And 1A/181. Yes, he says the cause of Mr. Congo's, paragraph 7, the cause of Mr. Congo's death was that he was investigating and arrested Maphumulo Taxi Association members. Mr. Congo was killed by a Maphumulo Taxi Association. Nkosi Zondi was a policeman working for Cato Mano unit. Information was taken to Nkosi Zondi, and Nkosi Zondi arranged with his unit Cato Mano and also poisons his commander. I mean, this has been here since we began. So this objection is a waste of everyone's time. Do you want to comment on that? I mean, they were saying I should give you the actual statement, which is there. So maybe you can comment.
My understanding, Council, is we are starting to build.
Yes.
My understanding, Council,
Just
is
deal with the statement. Don't make the argument for me. I've made the argument.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. Yes, the statement of Benkosi Mtiani, who was referred to as Donjo, is the statement that tells us what happened. His perspective of Superintendent Kongo's killing. If one looks at paragraph 7, it specifically deals with his view of Superintendent Kongo's killing. The cause of he says, Mr. Kongo.
I've read it to the record, but
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that there is a statement there. This thing is not made up by me.
Yes, as well as Nkosi Zondi. His name is also mentioned in the same paragraph.
Exactly. Thank you. Let's move on then back to your statement.
To do that, we are still on the objection. Council seemed to be concerned about what you said was an allegation of a cover-up. Am I correct?
Madam Chair, I think the manner in which he just asked the question clarified it because the proposition you made to the witness was that there was a cover-up. So what we wanted was let him point the witness to that evidence, and EJ has just addressed it. So that deals with our concern.
Objection cannot be sustained.
Not after what Advocate Nkabinde has done, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I may proceed then. I think, yes, thank you. All right. Now you then, we were at paragraph 47. So we've addressed that Congo is the alleged trigger, but we know what the witnesses subsequently told you.
Yes.
And then, well, Superintendent Congo is the alleged trigger.
Yes.
And then from paragraph 47, you refer to media reports.
Chairperson, just before this last aspect escapes me, in paragraph 46, six persons as at that date were killed, and one will see that in the indictment, and the 6 persons that had already been killed at that time would include Lindelani Buthelezi in Kwadukuza case 39 of 9 of 2008, Magojela Ndimande, as well as Sbusiso Tokozani Tembe in Howick case 106 of 9 of 2008. On the 18th of September, Nzameni Johannes Ntuli, who was generally there called Kopolota, as well as Nkosinati Wilson Ntembu, and the 7th person would then be Mdu Mkize.
That's 6 or 7?
Six.
Yes. Okay.
So 6 persons would have already been killed. But what I wanted to say is 5 are members of the taxi association, whereas 1 was a bodyguard. Tembe was a bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Tembe was a bodyguard of Mr. Ndimande.
He was a bodyguard of Mr. Ndimande. They were killed together on the Howick, on the N3 Howick freeway towards Johannesburg.
The names of these people that you have read into the record now or mentioned them, where are you reading them from?
Chairperson, I'm reading them from the indictment, from the summary of substantive facts.
Please take us there. When you move from your affidavit and you go to another document, and let Advocate Toby that you are now referring to a document so that we can go to that document.
What might work for you is perhaps to look at GSM 75. If you want to do that exercise, which is 1A711 in file 3. Um, 711. Yes. Yes, that's the prosecution memo. So GSM 75, and then you can go then to the names you wanted to mention.
Chairperson, GSM 75, paragraph 3 mentioned killings and lawful activities which were
And if you
Which
look
way-
specifically at 1A712 under paragraph 5.
yes. The names that I had mentioned are the names that are in the prosecution memo GSM 75. The very same names are also in the indictment. The names of the deceased who are in the indictment. In paragraph 5, Chairperson, the taxi violence killings are directly related to the killing of Superintendent Kono, the Tembe Mawakile Kono, and the killing of Inkosi Wellington Zondi. Superintendent Kongo was a coordinator dealing with the taxi violence killing between Komapumulo Taxi Association and Stenger Taxi Association. He was killed whilst transporting prisoners to court or accused persons to court on the 27th of August, 2008. Certain members of Komapumulo Taxi associations, and I will mention those names, were suspected of having a role in the killing of Superintendent Kong and were subsequently tracked and killed from 3 September 2008 to 18 October 2008. And this is the subject of the dockets that are referred to in the table. We refer to an incident on the 3rd of September 2008. The docket reference number is Kwadukuza case 39/9 of 2008, is the killing of Lindelani Buthelezi. On the 16th of September 2008, docket reference number being Howie case 106 of September 2008, where Magojela Timson Ndimande, as well as a bodyguard, both Lindelani Buthelezi and Magojela Ndimande are taxi owners. Now, Sbusiso Tokozani Tembe was the bodyguard to Ndimande, who was the vice chairperson of Stenger Taxi Association. On the 18th of September, in
This GSM 75 is your prosecution memo.
indeed, Chairperson.
What's the date in this memo? If you look at the conclusion at B011062, I don't know what is the right numbering advocated by Toby. But at the end of that document, this is your prosecution memo, am I correct? Or is it something else? I see the fonts are different.
Oh, yes. Madam Chair, if you go to what page of the statement, of paragraph 397 of the statement, the witness statement. 397. at page 104, 1-104. So that's the reference to GSM 75.
The date is 15 August.
15 of 20.
The date is 15 August 2012.
Yes.
Does not appear on the memo itself.
Yes, I looked at that. You're correct.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going back to my. Yeah. Huh? No, we were paragraph 47. Yeah, yes. Thank you. You remember where we started? The chairperson wanted to know the 6 names you were reading. Where were you reading them from? You've confirmed that they are at 1A711, 712 actually,
Indeed,
under paragraph 5.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Thank you. And that is a prosecution memorandum that you prepared on the
15th of August.
of August 2012.
Yes.
And those are killings related, allegedly, to the murder of Superintendent Kongo.
Yes, those are the killings of people that were suspected to have been involved in the killing of Subkono, who were then tracked and traced by the Ketomena SVC.
Yes, all right, good. Yes, we were just about to start the issue of the media reports at paragraph 47.
Chairperson, can I also mention that these names are subject of the indictment? So the names of the deceased in the prosecution memo would be the deceased that are mentioned in the indictment.
In the indictment, in respect of the dockets or the cases against those accused people in the Katomena cases.
Indeed, Chairperson, yes. So in the indictment, I will also refer you to these very same names. In fact, right now I can tell you Lindelani was a deceased in which count, and yes.
Yes.
But I haven't been asked that question.
No, not yet. It's coming. All right. So the article that is referenced at paragraph 47 is GSM 2, which you will find at 1A/141. Is that correct?
1A stroke
141.
141. It's the 141. I'm there, Council.
Can you confirm, is that what is referred to at paragraph 47?
Yes, at paragraph 47, when I refer to media reports, this is the media report that I'm.
And that media report is a report by the Sunday Times of the 11th of December 2011. A report by the journalists Stefan Hofstadter, Mzilikazi wa Africa, and Rob Rose. Is that correct?
That is correct, Chairperson. And this is the article. This article that caused a real outcry within the community. You can see from the shoot to kill that it wasn't sending a good message.
Yes. And that 1A/142. It's apparent that the journalist had access to the photos, which subsequently became used in the docket.
Indeed, Chairperson.
Yes.
Now on 142A,
Yes.
I think it's important in the center of the picture there is there are two vehicles there.
Yes.
Um,
So that's 1A/142.
1A 142.
Okay.
There are two vehicles there at the center of the.
Is that
of
the picture where there are two
picture, yeah.
gentlemen shaking hands?
Yeah, the two gentlemen that are shaking hands. One of them is General Boyce, the one in a blue jacket.
Okay.
Yes, all these documents. Beg your pardon. All these documents following GSM2 at 1A-141 are part of that annexure. The bundle of documents forming part of that annexure.
That seems to be the case, Madam Chair, because if you look at the top, they are all 11 December 2011.
Yes, and they're all one capital A, and then subsequent numbering.
Yes, it's
Should we assume or accept that they are all part of that annexure GSM2?
yes. Well, do you want to confirm, Mr.
I confirm. I confirm they are part. I confirm they are part.
You should
Chairperson.
please confirm. Advocate Musene will take
Yes.
you to task. Yes.
Chairperson, if I can just mention.
I've learned the hard way. I'll never do it again.
I beg your pardon, Council.
I will never do it again.
No, you're within your right, Council, to object if you do not follow something. We are all here to make sure we're doing the right thing. Yes, so this bundle, the 1As, capital A's, are all forming part of that GSM2. I see in
no, there
the
is.
list, it is up to 1A up to 149. I think that is correct.
Yes, because
Yes.
there is
Before-
a different.
Before GSMA 3. You see the list
Yes,
of
yes.
annexures you gave us?
Yes, correct.
It seems to confirm that, Council.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. So we'll just deal with those as forming part of the bundle
Okay.
before GSM M3.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry with my irritating voice.
I confirm, Chairperson, that is my understanding.
All right. Thank you. Yes, the only thing that seems to be different.
And when I interrupted, you had just gone to the next page, 1 cap A and dash or dash 142.
142.
And then you referred to those pictures and the vehicles there.
Yes,
I missed the point.
I think the witness was drawing our attention to the picture in the middle of the page. Perhaps you should start from there, Advocate Mayema.
Chairperson, what I was saying, the picture in the middle, we see two vehicles there. The one in a blue light, that would be the police vehicle, and the silver,
The one in the front.
the one in the front.
Okay.
The silver vehicle, it would be the Hyundai Tucson that was driven on the 16th of September 2008. As I look at A1-712 of the prosecution memo. That is the vehicle that is the gray Tucson is the vehicle that was driven on the 16th of September 2008. Incident Howick case 106 of 9 of 2008. It was driven by the deputy chairperson of the Stenger Taxi Association, Makojela Timson Dimande, as well as his bodyguard, Sbusiso Tokozani Tembe. That was the vehicle they were traveling in. Chairperson, if you look,
Take me to that paragraph in the memorandum that you've just been referring to.
Chairperson, I said on GSM 75,
Yes.
on page, it starts at A1-711.
That's it?
It starts at GSM 75.
Yeah.
It starts at A1-711.
Maybe just give me the page number in there.
The page number is A1-712.
712.
Just the next page.
Yes.
There is a table, Chairperson, there
Yes.
with dates, docket reference number, name of deceased.
Yes, thank you.
Now, what I just said was that this vehicle, the grey Tucson, you won't see the registration number, but I know it because I worked on this matter. It's an NRB registration. It was a vehicle that was driven by Timson Magojela Timson Dimande and Busiso Tokozani Tembe on the 16th of September 2008. And that one is on GSM 75 on page A1712 in the table there, Chairperson. The second incident on the 16th of September 2008.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I think just to correct yourself, the people that were targeted on the thesis of the prosecution were Kwama Pumulo, not Stenger.
Oh, did I say? Oh, no.
Yes,
Kwama
no,
Pumulo
Stenger,
takes
yes,
the
yes, exactly.
The Stenger were the people that were financing,
Yes.
that were colluding with Ketomena
Yes.
to.
Yes, so there's no way that Mr. Ndimande could have been the vice chairperson of Stenger.
No. It's Kwama Pumulo. I wasn't hearing myself.
Yes, all right, that's fine. Now, we just go back to the article, that page you were looking at, which is the 1A142.
I'm there, Chairperson.
Yes. Is there anything you want to add on what you've just been describing, that the Major General Poison is there at the crime scene? There is a vehicle there that was driven by Mr. Ndimande and Mr. Tembe. The date is the 16th of September 2008.
I confirm, Chairperson.
I'm saying, is there anything, I'm just repeating what you've said, but is there anything you want to add on top of what you've said?
Chairperson, if you look behind the vehicle, behind the Tucson, the silver grey
Yeah,
Tucson,
there's a dead body, well, an apparently dead body. I don't know if
yes, there is the dead body. And the vehicle that one sees in the blue light would be the police vehicle that was pursuing the Hyundai Tucson that was being driven out of Pietermaritzburg. This incident.
There's a body lying behind that grey vehicle. Tell us about it.
Chairperson, there are doors on the right hand side of a vehicle. At the back, there is a rear door which is opened. Now, if one looks at there's a driver's door and there's a passenger door. Underneath the passenger door, there is a body of a person lying there. That was the bodyguard.
the bodyguard was
Is
Mr.
that
Tembe.
underneath the passenger door or at the rear of the vehicle?
On the picture, you see it underneath the door, but it's at the rear of the vehicle.
Yes, because there's a tire there.
Yeah, there's a
There's a
tire.
back tire there.
There's a beige, something that looks with a beige covered with something beige. That is the body of Busiso Tokozani Tembe.
So that body is at the back of the vehicle.
It's at the back of the vehicle.
Yes.
Chairperson, we will show you pictures where where this body can be seen.
I just want you said that the body is under the passenger door, so I just wanted to make sure that I understand that.
It is actually at the rear of the vehicle.
Yes, the depiction makes that very clear.
Yes.
The two gentlemen who appear there, do you know them?
Uh,
The two gentlemen who appear on this picture, do you know any one of them?
the gentleman in a blue jacket with beige pants, that is General Johan Boys.
That is the gentleman wearing a police vest.
Yes, and the one wearing the one in a white shirt, Chairperson, here I will speak under correction because then I would need to look at the lineup. But my recollection says it's Colonel.
Please, if you're not sure, you can defer your answer. Unless, of course, you are sure about that.
It's a police officer that came in a helicopter with General Johan Boysen. His name is in a statement later.
Okay, well, even the article just identifies General Boysen.
Oh yes, the article in fact says Major General Boysen, head of the Hawks in KZN, on the right in the picture, yes, arrived by police helicopter at the scene of one of the killings. So this is the scene of the killing of Magojela Timson Ndimande and Sibusiso Thokozani Tembe on the 16th of September 2006 on the N3 highway between just after Howick on the freeway.
Yes, we asked these questions because you only got the statements and the documents this morning, just as the evidence leaders. So we will ask you to clarify. I didn't see this recorder
Indeed, Chair.
in fine print, but I see they explain who this gentleman are.
Yes,
Yes, thank you.
thank you, Madam Chair. If you can go to the...
It is 1:45. Advocate for Toby.
yes.
Are we moving at a snail's pace? I even forget the time.
Yes, I think we are moving at a detailed pace. I'm happy to adjourn, Madam Chair, for lunch.
We promised you to adjourn for an hour for lunch, but if you like, we can adjourn for 45 minutes. Advocate Mchweni.
Madam Chair, would any time the panel proposes will be fine with us. Even 10 minutes will be fine with us.
Advocate Hale, are you happy with 45 minutes? 1 hour?
To have an hour.
An hour.
Chair, there's certain matters that I have to attend to unrelated to this. And I'm still need to look into some of the issues that will be raised. Who is going to raise it?
Yes. We, Advocate Kautobe, we promised you 1 hour this morning
Yes.
for lunch. Perhaps you should adjourn for 1 hour, which will take us to, it's now 1:45, 2:45.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We would also appreciate an hour, like Mr. Hale.
Yes.
Yes.
And you might look in also just casually go through the application that he filed this morning.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, adjourn until 2:45.
Thank you.
We adjourn. Remember, you are still under oath, Council.
I do, Chairperson, thank you.
Yes, thank you.